Good morning, crypto miners. Day one of our shed build and upgrade to a 400 amp commercial service. Let's take a quick look inside and dive in. All right, let's head inside. Our goal for today is really demo and kind of ripping out a lot of the stuff. Woo, nice and loud in here. So, intake wall is gonna stay the same, but for today, going to be taking out all the ASICs, all the electrical here, all the Ethernet is all coming out. Everything you see over here is coming out, the plywood, the electrical, the network, our entire electrical wall over here. All of this is coming out today. That's on our docket. Everything's going away there. On this wall, taking away this entire wall, we're going to reinforce with some 2x4s and spread this out. Yeah, so we'll see how far we get today. Hopefully by the end of the day, we got shelving in here, we got a new plywood wall, and we have a workbench right over here. Let's get to it. Day one, here we come. All right, a quick midday check-in. Look at all this. Oh, absolutely insane. All right, let's jump inside the shed, take a look at where we are. Midday, day one. Whew, it's empty. So we gutted this in like 2 hours and it took a week to put all this together, which is absolutely insane. So plywood is removed from this rear wall as we're gonna be running a lot of our electrical here. So we wanted it to be kind of down to the skeleton and the bones to run everything. Panels off, entire network is removed. I'll show that to you guys in a minute, kind of some of my thoughts. The Ethernet is gonna pipe over to this side as we're going to do the network on this side now versus that side, which is gonna have both of our 200 amp panels. All the Ethernet that was run up top is removed. All of our power cables down to our wall is removed. All of our PDUs are gone. Our meter boxes are gone. Over on our electrical wall, you can see we're getting ready to remove this wall. We went ahead and tied up and cleaned up all of our fan cables. Those are removed. Thankfully over here, this is gonna stay exactly the way it is, which is really, really nice. But yeah, we gutted it down pretty well. We kept some of our 15 amp cables here that run over for the electrical outlets there that we want. Those outlets we're not going to use, but we might as well keep them. Our light switch up to our lights, as well as we got some inline fans up top here that we're going to keep, and our computer over here. Now the plywood, I actually went and numbered all of them, kind of like a puzzle. You can see here number 9. So when we put that wall back together, it goes back together like a puzzle. Here's our rack here. I kept some of the 10-2 just in case we can reuse any of it or use it as trash wire when we get into our meter boxes. Look at all these C13 to C14 cables, 25 footers. Gonna be selling these in the Discord. The patch panel, I left all the patches punched down, and all the cable. My goal is to save some time, and then I can just go ahead and re-terminate these. They'll be a quarter of the length this next time, but that'll at least save me some time there, which will work out well. All right, so what I need to do next, I'll show you guys. Actually set up a table in the shade here. Gonna be spending the next 2 hours probably over here. So I need to build our biggest unit, which is the E9, and then a normal size ASIC, which is the KA3, build them into a shroud kit because I need to use them for a template for the depth of our shelves. So we have our Fruition Design, huge shout out to them. We have our shrouds over here. We're going to be removing all the fans, installing the shrouds. We also have our AC Infinity inline fans, like this one right here. Shout out to K-Trim for sending over that intake shroud there. And we're going to install these on both of those units so we can use those as templates for getting everything lined up, which will be good. PDUs we'll be using as our Altair Tech PDUs. So that's what I'm going to be up to for the next few hours. And then we're going to be removing that rear wall and building our shelves.
Today's video is sponsored by the team over at asicmarketplace.com. With crypto mining hardware prices dropping, it's critical to find an online store you can trust with your ASIC purchases. The team at asicmarketplace.com has you covered with some of the most competitive pricing on the market. No matter what brand you're looking for, ASIC Marketplace has it. To name just a few: Bitmain, Goldshell, WhatsMiner, IB-Link, iPolo, Jazzminer, and many more. There are no surprises with ASIC Marketplace. The price listed on their website includes shipping. Imagine that. Finally, ASIC Marketplace takes the buying experience to the next level by accepting cryptocurrency as payment directly on their store. Go check out ASIC Marketplace today via the link in this video's description down below, as well as save $110 at checkout with discount code TheHobbyistMiner.
All right, day two. It's almost like midday, day two, right here at the shed. Last night we went super late and I didn't even have an opportunity to record. So I thought, hey, I'll at least catch you guys up. So let's take a look at our progress, day two of overhauling our crypto mining shed. All right, let's take a look at day two here, guys. We got a lot done. So we just got our cable in, came in from Freight in Ohio. This is our 350, look at this. Look at this cable. 350 4.0. That's gonna be for our 400 amp service that we have coming in. Just got delivered today, one day early. That never happens. A lot going on here. A lot has been going on. I got some help in the shed. We'll say hi to him there in a minute. All of our exhaust ducts are in the process of getting cut down. They did have an 8-inch tail on them, getting cut down here to 4 because we don't need as long. Taking a look at our rear wall, take a look. Remember that rear wall we used to have with the exhaust fans? Well, that's gone. It's now one solid wall. I'm getting ready to paint that here. And then tomorrow we're gonna cut in all of those exhaust ducts, 20 total on this wall here. So that turned out awesome. Taking a walk over on this side, you can see all of our scrap. This was what was left over from that wall. This was it right here. Lots of silicone. And these are our holes for those T16 AC Infinity fans. We also have all of the pieces of 2x4. Those were the supports. We put brand new supports in. I'll show you guys those in just a quick minute. Let's head inside. All right, let's step inside. As you guys can see, looks very different. We'll start out with the electrical. So we have almost all of our 10-2 wires here for our 30 amp 240 volt. We're gonna have a total of 12 30 amp 240 volts in there. Everything's been piped over, as you guys can see. Take a look at our shelves here. Mr. Joey Gambit over there, say hi. Heck yeah, coming from Jersey to help out. So we ended up, as you can see, the inside looks totally different. So we have 2 shelves here today, fully built. We'll handle a car worth of weight with this amount here. So as you guys can see across the back, all of our meter boxes are gonna go right in over top here. So going across here, we have boatloads of meter boxes, 5 across the top. Here is our ASIC, which is gonna sit, and this is gonna be 10 ASICs across the top and 10 ASICs here across the bottom. You can see we have all of our wiring up there. Next to each of the meter boxes, we're gonna put our PDUs, which will be really, really nice. And then on the front facing, we're going to have our PDUs for our fans. And take a look, here is that E9 Pro we worked on. Each ASIC is gonna line up directly to the wall. We spaced out all of our support 2x4s so we could fit 10 total ASICs in here, which works out fantastic. What we got left here going on today a lot, but we are gonna put a workbench in right here where Joey's kind of standing there. We're gonna have the workbench running, yep. So we have the workbench here. It's gonna be in the middle, which will be nice. Our Ethernet here, we do have to go ahead and extend. We're gonna take this and run it up, and I'm gonna put my network switch and patch panel up here out of the way. All right, I'll give you guys an update tomorrow. Stay tuned. Good morning, guys. Day 3 here at our crypto mining farm with our build. It's supposed to rain later today after about noon. So we have to get as much done as we can outside the shed before that rain comes so that we can take advantage of working inside the shed throughout the rest of the afternoon. Sucks about the rain, but hey, we are on day 3 and the weather's been good so far. Let me show you guys what I hope to focus on today. All right, so we're gonna be working on wrapping up this workbench, and it's going to be it's a 6 by 2 foot workbench. It's gonna sit right inside here, inside the shed, and actually have 2x4s that run up to each of our braces here. And we do have meter boxes up there because we are gonna have a 30 amp and a 30 amp with a PDU on this workbench here, which I think will be awesome. Got a ton done yesterday. We're gonna get as much of this wrapped up today. The biggest factor for today with the time and with the rain is we're gonna finish the plywood, get that on top here, and then we're gonna line each of our ASICs up with the plywood on the wall. We've actually spaced everything out really, really well. We've used the E9 Pro, look at this monster, for our template ASIC. We're gonna line them up across, put a circle around where that exhaust is gonna be, mark everything, same thing down here, and then cut all of our holes this morning. 20 holes, 10 up top, 10 down below. We got our exhaust ducts cut down to 4 inches from 8 inches. These are all gonna slide in. And then we have a boatload of silicone to put on these, as well as self-tappers to put through these to hold these in place. We're gonna fill any of those gaps on the inside with our lovely gaps and cracks. Love that stuff. And then on the outside here, we finished painting this yesterday. Anywhere where the seams are and where it joins up with anything, we're going to use clear silicone today. So a lot to get done before the rain comes. Let's get to work. All right, quick end of day 3 check-in. It's just starting to sprinkle here. We decided to end things off for the day early, but let's take a look. So on our exhaust wall, it is finished. Take a look at that. There are 20 dedicated exhaust ducts here. We still have to put the critter guards back on, but take a look. Each one in here has its own flap, which is awesome, keeping it dedicated for each one of our ASICs. We replaced that entire wall. We painted it, siliconed everything. It is set and ready to go. So what does the opposite side look like? Well, we're starting to look like an ASIC shed here again. Look at this, guys. There's a little bit of a mess in here. We're still working, electricians working in here tonight. But take a look. Our meter boxes up top with our PDUs all the way across. Look at our ducts. We have 10 total dedicated exhaust ducts here up top. We're gonna have our plywood going in tomorrow, which is gonna be great. Everything is lined up to be able to fit all of the ASICs. Each of these shroud systems, so like here's the E9 Pro we've been using, which is the biggest model that I have. So we use this as our template. The exhaust shroud here, these are the Fruition Associate shrouds here. Huge shout out to them for sponsoring the shed. These will end up going right into there, and then we'll seal things up and put a hose clamp on them. Things are coming together awesome. We have a few more meter boxes to get done here that are currently getting wired in. Taking a look on the front, we have our fan PDU that'll go here. That's gonna wire over. We just got there's a dedicated 15 amp 120. We're gonna use about 1500 watts, so that'll get plugged right into there, and that's all wired in. So things are looking good. Let's talk about this guy. So this I decided to do. This was planned out. This is actually a workbench. So it's a 6 foot by 2 foot workbench. It's gonna have, we have a PDU on each side. So a dedicated 30 amp, 240 volt on each side. We're gonna have 4 Ethernet jacks on each side as well, which will turn out really, really nice. We're gonna put a grommet hole. Oh look, there's a bit right there. We're gonna put a grommet hole right here. And we're gonna be able to run a few ASICs that are temporary ones that we get from different brands for testing or for product videos. We're gonna run some of those down here that we can't convert over to shrouds. So I usually have about 2 to 3 of those at any given time. We'll run those on the bottom. But then up top here will be our workbench, which will be dedicated for working on some of these ASICs that we do need to pull out for any maintenance. Yep, that is our project schedule here. So lots going on there, which is cool. So yeah, so shed is coming together great. We haven't done any trenching yet. That's coming up tomorrow and Friday. And the 400 amp meter base as well as the 200 amps, that's coming up Friday. But it is end of day 3, wrapping things up. It's about and just started downpouring out there. Timing worked out great. See you guys tomorrow.
Today's video is sponsored by the team over at AltairTech.io. I was in the market to purchase one of the newest generation Bitcoin miners, and Altair Tech had exactly what I was looking for. The Bitmain Antminer S19K Pro, 120 terahash Bitcoin ASIC miner. I ordered from Altair Tech via credit card and was amazed at how easy it was to check out. Within 3 days, I had a brand new Bitmain box sitting at my front door waiting for me. Since then, I've ordered a boatload of mining accessories from their store. The Epic UMC control board, as well as 5 of the Altair Tech 30 amp, 240 volt L6 30P PDUs. Go over and check out AltairTech.io today and use promo code TheHobbyistMiner for a discount at checkout.
What's up, guys? Day 4 here at our crypto mining shed, full steam ahead. Sorry, there's a plane going overhead. You could hear it. We got a lot done yesterday, a lot to do today. We got everything finished up right before it downpoured, which was crazy yesterday, so it actually worked out well. We have most of the day, it's really, really spotty here, super humid, so we're gonna see how much we can get done. Later today, we have the backhoe coming to dig our trench. We have 18 tons of stone dust coming, so lots to do. Got my son out here today, say hi. Helping me out around the site, keeping things clean and organized. Let's take a look at what we got done and what we have planned today. All right, my son was out here today. Check it out, huge help. We got all of our 25-foot C13 to C14, and there's a handful, maybe 6 C19 to C20. He got all of them all cleaned up, which is awesome. I'm gonna list them in the Discord for sale because I do not need 25-foot cables, but if you do, hit me up and let me know. So we're slowly chipping away at things inside of the garage here as we get them deployed, which is awesome. We got That is not my car, by the way. Some of you guys were asking for pictures of that car. That is not mine. That is Mr. Electrician's. Our ASICs are sitting here tonight. I have a friend of mine coming to lend a helping hand. He's going to be stripping these down, putting all the shrouds that we have over here from Fruition Associates, as well as our AC Infinity inline fans. He's going to be doing a lot of those so that I can focus on other things. Hello, Mr. DJ Minds. Put that sticker on it for the K7, which is his. But yeah, we're getting there. Today, we're focusing a lot on Ethernet and network. I actually kept the patch panel all together, and then we're just gonna reuse and rerun these cables and then cut and re-terminate them. When we do have them to size, we're gonna be running them to surface mount boxes. So progress is looking good. Let me jump in the shed. All right, so taking a look here. Yesterday, we wrapped up end of day right before it downpoured all of our exhaust hoods. We actually worked out well. I was here to watch the rain. Rain would come off the top, hit the hoods, and then continue to bounce down, which was great. I am gonna put a gutter on this side, having it exit on that side, just to keep water from on these, but I don't really have any concerns. I did do a ton of silicone on those. Jumping inside here, we got Joey hard at work. Say hi, Joey.
Oh, no. My hair's messed up.
So take a look. So Joey is working on all of our exhaust ducts right now. He's adding a little bit of this flex pipe so that when we do go ahead and have our ASICs, that flex pipe will line right up to the exit part of the 3D printed shroud from Fruition Associates. But it gives us something to play with so that we're not messing with it. Plus, we do need to put the shelving in, but we're doing as much work as we can with all of this before we put the shelving in so that we have plenty of room. We do need to spray a ton of gaps and cracks today. You can see there's a little bit of light coming through, so we're gonna fill that with gaps and cracks. I went crazy with that on the last build and setup. We're gonna do the same thing today, just get that completely filled in. We're gonna get our shelving in place, which will work out really, really well to get everything prepared. Over on this side, we extended our Ethernet. It was over there, extended it over here, and we got it up and coiled up. We got extra loop up there in case we need it. And I'm gonna start today putting this wall back together, and I'm gonna start to put the switch, the patch panel, and start to pipe in all my Ethernet cables down. And we're actually gonna have surface mount boxes on the shelving here where the Ethernet cable is gonna go into with plates and also with RJ45 Keystone. So lots of good progress here today. Later on today, we're hoping the backhoe and our stone dust comes. As I said, we have 18 tons of stone dust. So we're gonna start later tonight, probably about 4 or 5 o'clock, digging our trench out to the pole. We have to fill it with 3 inches of stone dust on the bottom, with our conduit over here, and then 15 inches of stone dust on top, and then backfill. So I'll try to get as much footage as I can. All right, guys, we are like almost, oh, that sun's bright, almost end of day 4 right now. A lot is going on. Everything is coming together. Let me show you what we got going on here today. All right, so let's head in the shed here. Everything is coming together. In our shed right now, we got Chuck working on the network stuff. Say hi, Chuck. So a lot of this came together. Our shelving is done in here. All of our meter boxes are done. We have our PDUs are done. We've gone ahead and put some flex pipe on all of our exhaust ducts so we can meet up with our ASICs. We've started to wrap up the network side. We got our network installed, everything relocated. We're running all the cables now, gonna tighten them down. Everything's over here terminated nicely, which is perfect. We have some 15 amps on the side here for our fans. We have a whole nother row down here that we're finishing up all of our Ethernet now, getting it all nice and clean and pretty. That's what Chuck is doing down here, helping me out, which is awesome. Flipping around here, we're still wrapping up this wall here. We did finish up our workbench, which is gonna have all of our ASICs that don't have the shroud kits on them, that are on loan or we're testing. So each on our workbench here, PDU, 30 amp 240 volt dedicated, 2 jacks for each of our miners. Most likely all the miners are gonna sit down here at a lower level and on the bottom here, and we'll have our workbench up top so we can work on equipment. All right, let's jump outside here, take a walk over to the garage. We got our stone dust delivered, 18 tons of stone dust out here. Motorcycle riding by. We need a ton of stone dust for this trench. Let's head in the garage here. We got someone else working in here. Say hi, Jordan. Hi. Jordan is in here putting together all of our ASICs. So our ASICs on the ground here, he's flipping them from your high RPM fans over to the Fruition Associates shroud kits with the Ace Infinity inline fans and the Pivotal Plebs. So he is hard at work in here, taking these things apart, flipping them, and getting them ready for the shed. Thanks, Jordan.
You're welcome.
All right, so let's head out to the trench. The trench finally got started today. We're gonna make as much progress as we can today. Let's take a quick look. So let's go this way. Trench is getting dug. A lot going on. Look, we got the neighbors over there hanging out watching. They love us. All right, so let's take a look. So we have a 39-inch trench all the way down the property here. You can see our conduits coming up next once we're done here. And yeah, our trench is run, it has to be 39 inches deep. It's gonna have 3 inches of that stone dust. Then it's gonna have our 3-inch conduit and then 15 inches of stone dust and then backfilled. So let's head down here. We got Ryan and Joey Gambit down here digging out to the pole with our backhoe here. Hard at work. That's right. We got Joey Gambit, say hi. Ryan's digging. Joey's saying hi. Hi, say hi, Joey. So we're coming right here to our pole. We have to dig here and come up a few feet on the pole. We're gonna go up there to the transformer. The power company is gonna come out and do that. The plan is Wednesday of next week. So we have to leave 15 feet uncovered for them to review everything to make sure we're up to code and up to everything that we need to do. But guys, busy day 4. The sun is still out for a few more hours. We got lots to do. I'll see you guys tomorrow on day 5. What's up, guys? Day 5 right now. A ton has gotten done. I'm exhausted. It's been a long 5 days and dirty, but let's take a look at the progress that we made day 5 on our shed. All right, let's hop inside. Day 5 looking good. We got a few last things to button up over here. We got all the Ethernet wrapped up last night, which was awesome. I have to clean up the rest of the patch panel. I got to patch down a few last cables, clean this up that you guys can see. Electricians coming in the next 3 days to put in our 2 200 amp panels, as well as our 400 amp meter base on the other side. We do have 2 more meter boxes to put in. This is the flip side of them. You can see them right up here, the black cables. We got extension cables going everywhere because we got power running from the house right now just to get by, to be working in here. Lots to do. Talking about the trench. This is how our trench has to look. 3 inches of stone dust, our 3-inch conduit, 15 inches of more stone dust, and then backfill. So 39 inches is what our trench has to be. Let's walk out, take a look. We got this dug last night with a backhoe. Look at this. Here it is. We got our cable laid in here. Here's our cable here. It's 350, 350, 4.0 cable that you guys can see running down there. There's Joey in the hole there. We got our Ethernet cable just thrown in there. Not worried too much about that. Let's walk down, we'll take a look. So we are sliding the 3-inch conduit over top of our cable. You can see we're just about there. Here we go, let's take a look here. Here it is right there. This is kind of where we're at. We've gotten all the way down to the pole. I'll walk you guys down to the pole, why not? We'll take a look. So this stake here that you guys see here, we have to leave it without backfill because it has to get inspected. So this is our 15-foot mark right here. And from here down, we'll have to put the stone dust in, but none of the dirt, that's the backfill. And we're running right up over here. And then we got it right down here. And we'll end up cutting a piece of this here, sliding it on. Has to come up, I forget the exact measure, I think it's 5 feet up. And that is where the rest of our cable is. So we have a ton of work to do still. I do have a backhoe and a skid loader coming later that we'll be using to fill in with our stone dust and also help out with the backfill. See you guys end of day 5. End of day 5, absolutely exhausted. The trench has been killer and so much work. Let's take a look at our progress before we jump into day 6. All right, so not a ton updated since this morning inside the shed. Little stuff here and there. Did get a chance to work on the network. Gonna come out tomorrow morning and get that finished, punched down and flipped around and all cleaned up, which will be nice. We are running some extension cords in here for power from the house, I think I mentioned. So we do have internet out here, which is nice. And we got power to the inline fans up top here to kind of cool off the shed right now. Next few days, Mr. Electrician's gonna be busy installing the 200 amp panels, getting everything wired in. We have a few other 15 amps we have to run over here, but nothing too crazy. Let's see, let's step outside. That is the big bad boy here. So taking a look, the trench has been oh so much fun. So you can see we have our 350, 350, 4.0 cable. Oh, that was a beast. We got it inside here. So this trench, I think I mentioned previously, and take a look as we walk down here. It was 3 feet wide, only needed to be 2 feet, but 3 feet was the width of the bucket on the backhoe. It was 39 inches deep. We had 3 feet of stone dust that you guys probably saw and I talked about. Then our conduit placed on top, and then 15 inches of stone dust, and then backfilled. We'll have to figure out what we're gonna do with all this overflow. It's been fun. So taking a look, this stake here that you guys see is our 15-foot mark. We have to leave opened up for inspection. So right here we have to show our stone dust. We have to have our danger ribbon in there. That right there is our 15 inches of stone dust. You can see over here a little bit better of a view. We have our elbow coming up and into it and our cable ready to go for the power company. Once inspection is done, we can push the rest of this dirt through and we'll be good to go. Inspection is scheduled for Monday morning, and then Wednesday is when we will have, hopefully all goes well, the power company comes out, which I think will be absolutely awesome. But that's gonna do it, guys, for day 5. It's Friday. You can tell I'm absolutely exhausted. Eager to get this done. Down this end, wrap things up. Mr. Electrician will be bringing up our cable into a 400 amp meter base on the back side of the shed, and then punching a hole through that will feed our 200 amp panels. All right, talk to you guys tomorrow morning. Day 6. It's gonna be a short day for me here, at least, only about an hour or two family's getting a little restless. I've been here every day, all day long into the evening over the last 5 days. It's Saturday, by the way, if you guys are following along here. So where do we stand? Well, from the shed perspective, and at least everything within my skill set, everything is good to go. Pretty much, I got a little on ends to do, punch down a few things on the patch panel for the network. I want to clean up some of the PDUs and get them all zip tied and cleaned up and wire tied up and good to go. Other than that, cleaning the job site, pulling out any of the equipment that we don't need here anymore, packing it in the car. Sorry, it's a little windy here today, which is actually really nice. It's been really hot and humid recently. But other than that, that's really my day 6 right now. However, big stressor for me, kind of managing this project, timeline, things like that. Monday, coming up here in 2 days, is inspection for the electrical. A lot that still needs to be done from the electrical side. Everything is done inside, but we're talking like the panels, the 400 amp meter base, the connection at the shed. Maybe I just don't know, but it seems like a lot to get done between now and Monday morning at like 7 or 8 a.m. is when inspection's coming up. So that to me looks like a lot of work, but Mr. Electrician had reassured me that we will be good for Monday morning. So I'll show you guys real quick what's kind of left on that docket. Monday is our inspection, and then the inspector needs to update our work order number with PPL. And then Wednesday, waiting for a time frame on Wednesday, hopefully I get one. Wednesday is when they will be out to connect power and bring out the meter. So let's go take a look to see what is left. All right, so taking a look on the outside of our shed here, you can see we got what's left of our trench left open for Mr. Electrician here. And the 400 amp meter base is going to be going right here. So he'll be taking it up. We got some additional conduit there and going right up into the 400 amp meter base. There is that massive 350, 354 cable. I can only imagine some of these big mining farms and some of the crazy, how thick and gauge some of that cable is. So 400 amp meter base is going to go right here on the outside. It's going to accept the cable, and then it has 2 different, call it outlets, that will run it then into our 200 amp panels in here. Let's head inside. All right, inside the shed. Right over here is where both those 200 amp panels are gonna sit, 1 and 2. So it'll come right through the wall and feed into there. So a lot of things to tie in. We got a few 15 amps in here for some of the fans up top for our 2 fan power strips there for all the fans, lights, computer, little odd and end things like that. Nothing too crazy. Network up top there. Right now we just have a bunch of extension cords run through there. But to me, it's a lot of work. Mr. Electrician reassures me he'll have everything good to go for Monday morning for inspection. So here's crossing my fingers. Talk to you guys tomorrow. Oh, coffee. Good morning, guys. Day 8. No, you didn't miss day 7. Yesterday was Sunday. We didn't have anything going on. Got everything caught up that I needed to, the best that I could. Yeah, I could have been there all day doing odd and ends, but it was good to get a day of rest, spend time with the family. My body has hated me the last few days after last week. So yesterday, Mr. Electrician got done our 400 amp meter base. I'll show you guys that in just a minute. But it's early on Monday morning, day 8. We're heading over to the site. The inspector is coming out to do inspection. Hope all goes well. And then Wednesday is when the power company is supposed to come out and connect power. So let's go over and check things out. All right, nice and early out this morning. Inspector should be here soon. Let's take a look at our 400 amp meter base on the back side here. Look at that, turned out pretty dang good. Comes in from the bottom here, comes up and goes right in the back. And then once everything's good to go, the electrician let me know that he would then pipe in the 200 amp service cables in here. We just got 2 little holes here. Gotta love that vinyl. And we'll have 2 panels right here. So I'll keep you guys updated. Inspector should be here soon. All right, guys, so it is the next day. There were a few things the inspector wanted the electrician to have done and completed before he would pass it, but we are good to go. Now tomorrow is Wednesday, which is 7, 8, 9, day 10. and the power company is coming out to hook up our 400 amp service. I'll see you then. Good morning, guys. Day 10 Wednesday. Power company is supposed to be here in the next 30 minutes to go ahead and get everything connected at the pole and get our meter in place so that we can start mining. Let's see if they show up. Well, it's been 10 days since we started this project, and finally today we have power, which is awesome. 400 amps, which I plan to run right around 22 to 24 ASICs in this shed. Can't wait. This has been a long process. This project is not over. I have several days left of buttoning things up in the shed, getting all the ASIC miners converted over to the Shroud system. I have about half right now and lots to do. But guys, I appreciate you guys joining me for this journey. Check out the next video coming out in about a week or so with more progress on our crypto mining shed. Stay tuned.
Sorry to interrupt your video, but check this out. I constantly get emails from the community asking me about trustworthy hosting facilities in the United States that I recommend. Well, I got you covered. Listen up. A few months back, I visited Block Ops Mining's brand new facility in Central Arkansas. The team there was super professional, knowledgeable, and everyday miners like you and I. After visiting the facility, I sent them a few of my ASIC miners for hosting and have been super happy with their service and communication. Go contact Block Ops Mining directly down below in the video description and tell them the Hobbyist Miner sent you for great pricing on miners and hosting.